What is going on? How is everybody doing? A brand new special winter meetings edition of, I love to say what I hope is your favorite baseball show right here on YouTube. As always, I am Ivan, of course, alongside Stefan. You see him there on the phone, folks. You know what that means. Listen, things could happen as we are live here tonight. So make sure you guys feel comfortable. We're gonna be here for an eventful ride, hopefully, right? Because ain't nothing wrong with a little more to add on when it comes to some of the things that we already have to get into with you guys here tonight. But speaking of that, what up, Armand? I see you there. Listen, Stefan, I before I pass it over to you, chat, I want to start today's show off by saying we got to give Stefan his flowers, folks, because he was one of the, I can't even say very few, because to my knowledge, unless you guys know of any other people who were out here saying, listen, that man, Edwin Díaz, is long gone. And I'm not just talking about over the past couple of days. Stefan was, for those of you who were here for it, you already know, but he's been talking about this stuff for over a week, 2 weeks now, and to kind of see these things actually materialize and become a reality. It's like, listen, man, we can't act like these things weren't once said, especially here on the platform. Now, with that being said, obviously, we got some other things to get into. Kyle Schwarber. I was actually pretty pissed early this morning, Steph, because I was like, yo, what's going on? We were coming into tonight, looking forward to recording. And listen, it's been 8 days, if I'm not mistaken, since we did our last show, right? So me and Stefan, we've been on edge. We've been waiting. I'm sure you guys have been waiting as well. But here we are. Stefan, how are you feeling? And then, listen, my oh my, get it started.
I'm tired, but we got another day to go. We got another day to get through. By the way, I'm gonna make a bold proclamation. You're gonna see us again tomorrow night. Because I have a feeling that we're gonna get two more of these seismic deals before we leave Orlando tomorrow or Thursday morning. And I say that because my phone has not stopped buzzing since 5:30 this morning.
That hotline is blinging.
What? I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. Sox fan was good. I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. It's at the point now where if you're gonna go, just don't slow down. Just go. Run through the wall. Just finish it off. Go. And I'm at the place now where I got day one, I got my bearings, but you know me, I'm still texting, I'm figuring out what's what, who's doing what, you checking on everything, you trying to get to, what's real and what's not. I understand your frustration, bro, but a quick story time for the folks that you know what I mean, that are here. This is when, I understand the frustrations of people like Ivan and Rick, people that want the deals. We get you. But part of what I do is every rumor has to be sussed out because there might be something to the rumor that actually might be a deal later. So yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's like, damn, why do we got to go through every rumor? This shit is annoying. Can we just get to the real stuff? I'm not disagreeing with the folks that say that. Mm-hmm. I'm with y'all. But unfortunately, when you in as deep as I am, I don't have the luxury to say, oh, let's turn the rumors off today. I can't do that. I wish I could, but it's just not feasible for me. Right. So when I heard you this morning, I was like, somebody's gonna be ornery for tonight's show. This is gonna be one of those doozies, boy. Because
listen, but to my credit, I did want to be here, bro. I wanted to record. Stefan and I wanted to record. The plan was, and this was before we found out Schwarber was a thing, before we found out Diaz. We were like, listen, we're going to be here tonight. And listen, we might not have much to talk about, but we're going to be here with you guys. Right. And boy, did that turn quickly. But go ahead.
So I was on the phone with you. And the first thing I said was, holy crap, Kyle Schwarber was going back to Philly. And then 5 minutes later, still on the phone with you, Edwin Díaz is going back to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
going to the Dodgers rather. And this all happened in the span of like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you went from, yo, I'm pissed off, fuck this, to let's go.
Yeah.
Matter of about 10 minutes, the mood changed real quick. And so while I'm not begrudging of where you are, I will say that the dam is officially broken and now we can get to business.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start with the most painful one for Met fans. So
Yeah.
we ripping the band-aid off, kids. Let's go. To say the words that I'm about to say right now, you had to be in here when I first started talking about it. I'd be lying to you if a part of me wasn't happy and a part of me wasn't saying, you see, I tried to warn the good folks that were Met fans. You, other friends I have, I understand the frustrations, the anger, and all of it. I get it. I'm not saying don't feel angry. But you can't say that I didn't warn you. Stearns don't care about your relationships. Diaz blowing trumpets. He don't care about none of that. I'm going to ask one reluctant question, and Ivan, I need you to follow up with an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Why you all so upset when they didn't win a thing for you? Nimmo didn't help you win a World Series. Diaz didn't help you win a World Series. Alonso didn't help you get to a World Series. Why are Met fans so distraught today?
You know what it is? And I got to be honest, right? On the outside looking in, I kind of understand because now listen, what you just said makes a lot of sense, right? Because the Mets with the 2 moves already, and 3 actually, because Devin Williams, I know you mentioned Nimmo, now Diaz leaving, but even the move with Devin Williams, when we had found out that these things were starting to unfold, you had given everybody the heads up, like, listen, Nimmo is not going to be the first domino to fall when it comes to Mets fans and who their fan favorite is. We're seeing that exactly right now again with Edwin Díaz leaving. And I got to be honest, bro. I remember you had mentioned, he's looking for 5 at close to 100, which is what he had previously gotten. And it was like, okay, he opted out of that, looking to land that again. And then we see what he finally gets. So now we understand, like, okay, doesn't seem like any team was really trying to go that far and for that much. But for him to go to the Dodgers for the same amount of years and the only difference being $3 million more, like what? And from the Mets standpoint, then it wasn't really all about the years anyway. That means you didn't really want the guy. Because if he left for the 3 years that you also offered him, but just $3 million more, you didn't want him. You didn't want him bad enough.
So hold on. I'm going to take the other side. Let's fight because I'm in the mood to fight. I've been wanting to tell you nicely, fuck you all day. So let's fight. It's not that the Mets didn't want him back. He didn't want to come back to the Mets. Because there were numerous reports that came out after he signed. It's not about the money. He didn't want to come back. And I've heard it from several people throughout the course of the day.
Wow.
I'm going to mention 3 things. His brother pitched for the Dodgers last year.
Right, Alexis. I remember.
His brother was telling him, yo, this is the place you want to go, B. They're good out here. They treat you good out here. They ain't going to wild out. Second thing. Why would I want to go back to an environment that is toxic?
Yeah.
Why?
Or at least seems to have gotten worse, right? Especially over the past year.
So, look, man, ultimately, if I got to deal with the drama between Soto and Lindor and this one don't like with this one and this one don't rock with this one, it's like we're in a goddamn soap opera of who don't like who. Who cares who don't like who? What are we in high school? And I got to be around this every day? And then the final straw was you insulted me. You signed it, Devin Williams, and you didn't ask me my opinion worth a damn. You didn't tell me, yo, Edwin, if we sign him, you good? Like, what? How we make this work? You good with that? Like, you gonna bring in somebody to damn near take this brother's job, and you didn't tell him? How does that work? Now I understand Stearns being about his business. I understand Stearns understanding, yo, if we got to move on, this is what we got to do, right? I understand that, but at least have the common courtesy to call the brother and be like, yo, we going in this direction. Your services are no longer needed. Good looking. We'll see you down the road.
Or this too, right, Stefan? How about, listen, we did bring Williams in. However, we are still open to creating a deadly duo with him being the eighth, you still having your job.
No, that was never a thing. You understand what I'm telling you? It wasn't, let's have both of you.
Right.
It was an either or. And I think Diaz knew that the Mets were playing games because when he was at the GM meetings last month, he said it was a 50-50 shot that he was going to be back with the Mets. Hold on. You've been a Met damn near the last 7 years. And it's still 50-50? There was a disconnect there somewhere. And then you go out and sign Devin Williams in the dead of night. Don't say nothing. Moving like a ninja out here. Yo, we signing your mans. It's over. At that point, all bets is off. There ain't no Mr. Nice Guy. Now I'm going to get my money, and I'm going to a rival.
As he should, right.
Which is why I always thought that the Dodgers were a possibility, the Phillies were a possibility, and the Blue Jays were a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
This was never about the money. This was never about the money. You disrespected me like I didn't put my blood, sweat, and tears into this organization for 6+ years. You move how you want to move, David Stearns. But Cohen couldn't even pick up the phone and be like, yo, this is how we moving. You know why Cohen ain't picking up the phone for you, Edwin Díaz? Because I got a casino to build, my boy. I got time for you.
Yo, shout out to that casino coming to Queens soon.
I ain't got time for you.
Right.
Now we want to act all surprised. Don't act all surprised.
And also, too, I do want to say this because I did see a couple of people say that what Edwin Díaz did by going to the Dodgers was a Kevin Durant type of move. And I don't think so. Like as you mentioned, Stefan, Edwin Díaz gave 6 prime years of his career to the Mets organization. And the most he came out of that with was a miracle NLCS run in 2024.
Yes.
And I got to say miracle because that's exactly what it was.
It damn near sure was a miracle because nobody expected them to get there.
Right. But listen, I say that because I would have been out as well.
Listen, man. Razor, you out here preaching, my boy. Come on. Say that again for the people in the back. He didn't have to call. He didn't have to. David Stearns never had to call you. David Stearns never had a relationship with you. Ivan, there goes that word again. Remember the word I like to use about how it's a relationship built business?
Yeah.
I never had a relationship with you. You know why I made the call to Devin Williams personally? Because I got a relationship with Devin Williams. Fan favorites be damned. Pete Alonso be damned. Brandon Nimmo be damned. He went for the jugular. He traded the cleanest Met you could possibly trade.
Right.
And didn't give a damn. That's when I knew it was a wrap. When you start with Nimmo and then you don't even, we just gonna bring Devin Williams in because I can. That night, Ivan, what did I say?
He said Diaz is out. Said Diaz is gone, brother.
And this is why I feel how I feel. There is no David Stearns is not leaving any ambiguity. I ain't mixing words. I ain't trying to be nice. I ain't. Diaz just wanted a ring. Ain't that what you're supposed to want?
Right.
You playing baseball to win championships, brother. Now, I would hope all people are, but listen, if you call him a ring chaser, cool. If you call him Kevin Durant, cool. But he gave you, and this is why he didn't circle back to the Mets. Why am I circle back to you when you never wanted me in the first place? You never wanted me in the first place.
It's a damn shame. It really is a damn shame. And, I was the one saying, if I had to pick between Edwin Díaz or Pete Alonso in terms of which one I thought I had a better chance at returning to the Mets, you guys heard me. I was saying Edwin Díaz, but he's out. And I don't think I have any hope, I must say, for Pete Alonso returning to the Mets. But listen, right now we are living through one of the darkest times, maybe, right? In terms of being a Mets fan. I think that's how they feel.
Can I spin it forward? I don't care how they feel. Respectfully. I don't care how they feel. And neither should the front office. Mm-hmm. Because we've been caring how you feel for far too long. We've been living on optics for far too long. And where has it got us? Oh, Grimace OMG Mets. Gimmick. Dark Knight Thor gimmicky Mets. We ain't win a gosh darn thing. And I'm supposed to care how you feel? Who cares how you feel? When Steve Cohen begged you to come to the yard and you stuck your nose up at him, I would have stopped spending money right then and there. So what? Listen, at a certain point, I want people to realize I am not going to be the sympathetic figure for you dudes. I'm not. I ain't doing it for the Mets. I ain't doing it for the Yankees. If you're looking for local sympathetic bias, not here. No, not here. And the reason why I'm passionate about this particular topic is, dog, it's a business to these folks. They don't play for free. It's a business to these folks. And you know what? I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. The Dodgers are good for baseball. If nobody else chooses to spend the money and man up and say, I gotta spend the money. Let the Dodgers keep running roughshod on you dudes till somebody decides to man up, grow a set, and spend some dollars.
Speaking of the Dodgers, not that, we didn't really expect them to address the bullpen coming into the offseason because, listen, King Cash, I know you were certainly waiting for a move such as Diaz to the Dodgers to happen, but now they actually did. I remember, the first couple of offseason shows that we did, we talked Blue Jays, we talked Red Sox, we talked a couple of other things as well. Mm-hmm. And, not too much Dodgers. I mean, after we spent an entire month dedicated to them, right? The whole month of October, damn near. But then it's like I told you earlier today, Stefan, here come the Dodgers, like a shark out of water. They smell fresh blood. And they told the Mets, they told any other team that was involved in the Diaz sweepstakes, they said, give me that.
There ain't no sweep. And then I'm gonna say something too. Let me ask you a very real question, because I hate people sometimes, man. I really do. I wish the whole world thought like me. We'd be happier. What you thought when the Dodgers said they into this mix? You thought it was a game? Or there was some Met people that were stunned? You thought it was a game? You thought we out here playing? When the Dodgers come calling, guess what? I'm going to answer. It's 80 degrees every day. And they got unlimited resources. What the hell you thought was going to happen? You thought, oh, no, I'll give the Mets another shot. You played yourself. What Big Daddy Kane said, put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself.
So I guess that's for David Stearns.
And Steve Cohen.
Right.
You played yourself. Don't act like this is all brand new, like you wouldn't expect. Some people were shell-shocked. What you mean? You gave this man's job away without asking him nothing, and now you shell-shocked when he tells you to take a long walk off a short bridge? Okay. I'll be calm now. I'll play the game, children.
Because I gotta let King Cash talk his talk, bro. He says right now he's feeling like LeBron. Not one, not two, not three.
and you know what? I hope they win the next 7 in a row.
Right.
Because until somebody says, yo, this got to change, we have to change it ourselves. And don't do, oh, but lockout gonna come, and that's how it's gonna change. But lockout gonna come. Ain't nobody giving away money. New television deals, new network deals, new rights deals. Ain't nobody giving away money. Stop playing games with these folks. They ain't playing with y'all. All this about, oh, but, you know, it got to be fair. Ain't no fair. Ain't no fair. Ain't no fair.
I do want to say, though, as well, now that, you know, we have to accept the fact that Diaz is with the Dodgers, there's no reason why someone like a Robert Suarez or Pete Fairbanks is not in the Mets bullpen next season.
So
there's no chance in Mets fans. If y'all go into 2026 without one of those brothers in there, y'all need to riot.
So, but hold on. If you're gonna tell me that your answer is Robert Suarez, I need the David Stearns to be inquisitioned. 35 years old.
He is, yes, he is.
Diaz is 32. You let Diaz walk out the door and you ain't even ask questions. You need to be inquisitioned. Stop this foolishness. You gonna give Robert Suarez a 3-year deal at 35 years old? Hell no. You need to be inquisition. There's somebody new.
You know what really bothers me too?
What's up? We see you.
JD, welcome, bro. You know what really bothers me too is how, as the Mets, do you allow him? Listen, he could have gone to any other team. Heck, even the Phillies. He could have gone to Philly, and I would have been like, yo, you know what? Crazy. Same division, right? But he went to the reigning champs, bro. He's going to where they already have what they need.
And that's why
crazy.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy. That's why everybody went to Golden State when KD went. That's why everybody was coming off the bench for the Bulls in the 90s. Mm-hmm. That's why every free agent and their mama went to play with Kobe and Shaq. Think it's crazy? Ain't paying attention. And I'll use another example. Robert Ory. Robert Ory was known for going to teams that were already made to win championships. This ain't crazy. It's been happening in the sports from the beginning of time. The Yankees did it in the mid 2000s, and they didn't. This ain't nothing new. Or late 90s, early 2000s. This ain't new.
Right.
Don't act like this is new, because it ain't. What I want people to understand is that till somebody steps up and says, "Nah, fam," like, and I'm not talking about people in the commissioner's office. I'm not talking about people. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about another team themselves has to be able to say, yo, we got to match these dudes dollar for dollar. Because if you as broke as you say that you are, you owners better open up your books and let's see.
I'm sorry, bro. The way that sounded was hilarious.
Listen, to quote, because Rick used he said Fump Flex voice. And honestly, right now, with everything going on, ain't nobody beating the Dodgers right now.
Straight up.
Listen, to use another flex line, not everybody can come up here. You know what the Dodgers is telling you right now? Not everybody can come up here. Y'all play those little kid games if you want to. Not everybody can come up here. I ain't playing with you. And if Stearns signs either one of those brothers, you need to be investigated for doing everything you said you wasn't going to do.
So you think they go in a completely different direction?
They have to.
Wow. I would think that you would at least try to get, next man up sort of thing,
So here's what I'm gonna tell you. If your line in the sand is 3 years and you're risk averse and you don't want to pay pitching at the top of the market, and you don't want to do what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? There has to be a point where you have to change how you do business. And what David Stearns is doing for you is changing how the Mets do business and have done business.
Absolutely, yeah.
Met fans need to come to the realization that this is a new day. If I'm a Met fan, as crazy as it sounds, I'm jumping for joy right now. Because that means there is no fan favorites. That means we ain't playing favorites. That means if there's a player I really want that's going to help me get better, I'm going to get that player. But I want you to realize I'm not doing it because you told me to. I'm doing it because I want to. Listen, say what you want. Dave Dombrowski don't care what the fans think of Philadelphia. You think Dave Dombrowski cares what Philly fans think? No. Brian Cashman don't care what Yankee fans think. You know that.
Yeah.
And that's why I love the dude. And that's why I love Stearns. Because Stearns is out here showing y'all ain't no popularity contest. I'm trying to win a championship. And not just one. I want to build championship teams. More than one. And how does it start? Got to cut out the cancerous parts. Nemo, you old. Got to go. Foot problems. Your neck is always a problem. You got to go. Diaz, like you, but that was Cohen's signing. It wasn't mine. And even look what he gave to Devin Williams. 3 years, 45. He been telling you, we staying in the 3-year range. Ain't no way in hell he was giving Edwin Díaz $23 million. No way.
You know what I don't like? I'm not saying everybody has to commit long term, right? Because listen, sometimes not committing long term and going with a shorter term deal ends up benefiting both a player and a team sometimes. In this case, we're talking from a team standpoint. But I mean, listen, and again, not a Mets fan, but I'm sure this is how they feel. I didn't think they would be out of playoff contention with Steve Cohen as the owner. I'm sure a lot of them didn't see that coming,
See, but
not being up there, as you mentioned, at the top with the Dodgers and some of these other teams. But it's like, damn, like there's a chance legitimately where in 2026 the Mets miss the playoffs again. I'm just being realistic.
So, no, there's not a chance. They missing the playoffs again. But that's part of the plan.
Right.
You know why it's part of the plan? Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build something to where the Carson Benjes come up. The Carson Benjes come up. The Ryan Cliffords come up.
Jet Williams.
Jet Williams has come up. And we build a core that's inexpensive. So if there is another primetime free agent available when we are ready, I got something to give them. Yo, here, look at these young brothers. Now come. Now the veteran. Come in, help us win.
I got a question for you, Stefan. Now that you mentioned some of the youngsters, because, we know how well the Mets farm system is set up right now. Shout out to David Stearns, of course. But would it surprise you at all if, let's say, the Mets lineup is obviously Lindor, Soto, Marcus Semien now, and a bunch of kids? I mean, it could be Mark Vientos at first, Brett Beatty at third, as you mentioned, the outfielder. Listen, who knows?
That's the plan.
Ooh.
Because you know why I'm for this? Because if I was a general manager, I'd be doing the same thing. It's a young man's game, bro. It's a young man's game. I understand you want me to pay you because you think it means something. That first year of Soto was a disaster.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna get better? No. Think it's gonna get easier? No. Think it's gonna hurt less? No. And if I'm honest,
What up, Nick?
I think Stearns' ultimate plan is for Juan Soto to ask for a trade in 3 years.
Wow.
Get this money off my book. Get him out of here. I didn't sign him. I got stuck with him.
So
I didn't want him.
You think there's a chance that they cut bait within like the first 5 years?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Because if it was all about doing what the fans wanted, Alonso be back. Diaz be back. Nimmo would have never got traded. It ain't, yo, dog. I ain't playing with you. And out of Steve Cohen's mouth, to use his own words, we want to build the East Coast Dodgers. You know how you build the East Coast Dodgers? You get a farm system that's unstoppable. That's what he's trying to build.
You sure he's trying to build that and not the casino next door? Because I thought he got the approval to build that.
No, he is trying to build a casino next door. But
Right.
in him trying to build a casino next door, he's telling David Stearns, yo, I'm leaving this up to you to build me an inexpensive winner till I get back.
You know, what if? And listen, I know I'm going a little overboard here. And by the way, we see all of you guys. Definitely hit the thumbs up for sure, guys. You know, make sure you thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you're new here. That's Stefan. I'm Ivan. 27 outs. We talking baseball, right? But it's like, damn. I kind of wonder, would it surprise you at all if the Mets just so happen to suddenly be in contention every year, right around the time the casino has to be built, or at least done by?
Yeah.
Because I don't know the exact year in terms of when it's going to be finished. But
I think I heard like 2028, 2029.
So that's when the Mets are going to be good.
Yeah. See, and if you think I'm wrong, Cash, it's not bad to bring back fan favorites, is what he says. Then if it's not wrong, then how come they didn't do it? If it's wrong, if it's not wrong, then how come none of the Mets fan favorites are back right now? And they all collectively want to jump off a bridge. Ain't about fan favorites, bruh. When y'all gonna pay attention? It's not, they're gonna do it their way. They're gonna do it their way, right? And they're gonna do it in a way where we're gonna have to come to there's gonna have to be a come to Jesus, right? Where, yeah, if you keep Soto, cool, I'm cool, it's fine, right? You have to think, yo, we tried it. We tried to do it your way. We tried to do it your way. We tried to do it the fans' way. We tried to give you the family first environment. It ain't working. So now I got to come in here with the wrecking ball and do it the right way. Just how it is.
And it feels exactly like that. By the way, I want to highlight something here. Armand actually mentioned something that you said previously, I think on the last show. Trading Lindor before Soto.
I said that was a positive. I think that's possible. Yes.
Yeah, you said don't be surprised if that even becomes a thing first before they even touch Soto.
Okay, so the Red Sox and Rangers are in discussions right now for Corey Seager.
Wow, Corey Seager to the Red Sox. Well, almost, but
Yeah, they're talking about it.
well, I hope it happens while we're live, man,
They're,
because
they're,
that would be
they're,
fun.
they're talking about it, and the Marlins are talking to the Orioles about Edward Cabrera right now. Like, to the point where, like, this feels like it could be something with some legs to it.
Wait, so the Red Sox are also in on that too, or
No. So this is separate. So the Marlins and the Orioles are talking about Edward Cabrera,
Got you.
and the Red Sox and Rangers are talking about Corey Seager.
I hear you. Wow, the O's. All right. I mean, listen, you got to do something while you got these kids, right? You can't have them up there for no reason.
And I'm saving something. I'm not gonna save it. You know what? We here. The Red Sox are trying to do things on multiple fronts. And I get the sense that the Red Sox and Orioles are the two most aggressive teams in the trade market and in the free agent market. Because I want to point something out. Both those teams, well, more specifically the Orioles, they offered Kyle Schwarber 150 over 5 years. And Rick, you made a point to me earlier today. It doesn't matter. Nobody will take their money because they're not winners. While the point is true, and I don't disagree, right? I don't disagree with the overall premise. At some point, though, we have to ask ourselves, haven't we been asking the Orioles to spend for the last 3-4 seasons now?
Yeah.
Now that we're doing it, you can't criticize them for doing something that you asked them to do. That would be a little bit difficult, no? If you've been asking them to, spend money, and now they're here, you can't go back and say, yo, you know what? I can't do that. Now I'm just gonna go backwards. Now, whether they get the deal done or do what they need to do, I applaud the Orioles for spending some money.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least trying to be in the conversation for some people. Ultimately, I do think the Orioles have a tougher hill to climb just because you're in your division now with Toronto. Toronto look like they're not stopping no time soon.
Right.
You don't know what the Red Sox are up to. And as long as Brian Cashman's breathing,
it's a three-headed monster in that division.
Yeah. So as far as I know,
I do think the Orioles are certainly, and I don't know if they go out there and make, a trade similar to what they did a couple of seasons ago when they acquired Corbin Burns from the D-backs.
mm-hmm.
But I certainly do see them going out there like to, as you mentioned, if they get Cabrera from the Marlins, or perhaps maybe like a Freddie Peralta from the Milwaukee Brewers. They're going to get a good guy for sure. I could see it.
I believe if the 2024 Mets did not make the playoffs, Nimmo Diaz would have been traded and Alonso. So you just answered your own question. Armand just told you.
And he's a Mets fan, folks. It's important.
Yeah. I mean, if a Met fan's telling you, and Nick, I don't mean to call you out, brother, but appreciate the comment. If you're confused, then somebody needs to.
Well, I listen. I think I understand where Nick is coming from, right? Because while we understand, and again, he's another Mets fan, and shout out to you, Nick, for being here with us tonight. But I think the moves, and I told you this earlier, Stefan, I think the moves that Stearns has done, I would say even leading up to, letting Edwin Díaz walk and go to the Dodgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of these moves aren't going to make sense to an Armand, to a Nick, for example, because it doesn't have anything to do with the 2026 season. It's really beyond that.
So, but can I take it back a step? You remember when they traded Scherzer and Verlander and all those folks?
Yeah.
You remember that? Cohen told you we don't plan to contend for like 2-3 years. He told you that. And the very next year, you made the playoffs. Miracle Mets, they did it again. Grimace, OMG Mets, they did it again. But you want to know the truth?
You say it like you're sick and tired of it, bro.
I'm done with it. I've been waiting for this day for about 5 years now.
Right.
Because, in all fairness, so all cards are laid out on the table. I am the same person that said I didn't want Juan Soto back. I didn't want Aaron Judge back, and I wanted the Yankees to get rid of Garrett Cole. So it's not just you.
Yeah, I could attest to the fact that Stefan, he's on the record for saying some outlandish things.
I pick on my own kind too. It ain't just y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we equal opportunity crushes out here. As Ivan likes to call me, I'm the Grinch of baseball.
Yeah.
I don't want no happiness for no one. You know why? Because I want people to understand happiness is just a figment of your collective imaginations. Ain't no happiness. The only way you win, only way you get happy is if you win. Till then, suffer like the rest of us. Ain't no happiness. What be happy for? Oh, fan favorite. Like the Reds made me sick today. With that quote about, oh, we just wanted to sign Kyle Tucker to put, people in the seats because he's from Middleville, Ohio. You sound like the saddest executive in the history of executives. If I was the Reds owner, I would have fired him from the winter meetings and said, yo, pack your own garbage. We ain't even letting you take the charter home. What? What are we saying? Mm-hmm. When did it become a popularity contest and not about winning championships? When did it change? When did we start having to appease all? Oh, you got to appease me because I'm a fan and it hurts. Then don't fan. Don't fan. Do not fan if you are not willing to deal with the harsh realities of how it goes. These GMs will tell you if you listen to them, yo, this is what we plan to do. I'll leave it alone, bro, but I got to ask. I just got to say this one thing. And then we're going to get to Schwarber because, oh boy, do I have words. David Stearns told you. Run prevention. So what did he do? Traded Nimmo. Getting worse in the outfield. Diaz, you strike out a lot of dudes. You walk a lot of dudes too, though. A lot of walks out here. Pete Alonso ain't coming back. Know what I mean? He's already showing you, yo, we gonna do this the hard way. You ever heard saying 3 the hard way? We about to go through 3 the hard way. Get ready.
You know what's crazy? I know the years, again, speaking of years, right? With at first, the Mets not wanting to go that far with Diaz. And even with Pete Alonso, right? You've said this as well, Stefan. Like, the Mets are not looking to give Pete Alonso something long-term, if we're being honest, right?
No.
And I think it's safe to say, like, dude, he's out. Like, I'm literally ready to aboard that train because if it's a matter of, listen, we don't want to go to an extra year or two, but even though there might be a team that does, and even if they don't go the X amount of years, right, they are willing to pay more than that. So, listen, you got me with that one. I think he's out too.
I will say this for the record, dude, just because I want to have all sides represented. Pete Alonso played himself too. Talking about y'all want 7 years. Who in the blue hell are you? If you wanted 7 years, you should have just taken the 7 years, 158 they gave you before the start of last season. Before you hit free agency, the Mets offered you a deal, 7 years, $158. You said, "Nah, I'm good." So now you want to cry poor because nobody's looking at you serious? Come on, my boy. You did it to yourself. And there goes that.
TD, by the way, he might actually end up with your boys. There's a chance.
Not
Alonso is a
only
great,
is there a
powerful hitter,
chance.
yeah. But the
Listen,
defense.
not only is there a chance, but I think I'll put it damn near at like, whoa. All right, scratch that Corey Seager stuff I was just talking about. Ketel Marte is about to get traded to the Red Sox. This is real life.
Wow.
This is real life.
So are they finalizing like anything? Or?
They're going through the final particulars of prospects and just real life.
Ketel Marte to the Red Sox. That's dope.
Is real life.
That is dope.
So
I think it's safe to eliminate the Bo Bichette chatter now, right? Because I know that was in the mix, but with Ketel Marte, I don't really see how that would make sense.
So I don't have any of the particulars yet, but let's just say that they're literally in the middle of getting everything finalized right now.
Wow, that is huge.
There's literally somebody on Twitter right now just said that you can't get into the Red Sox tweet because the D-backs are huddled up in there and the Red Sox are huddled up in there at the same time, all trying to figure this out right now.
Damn, they about to propose in there.
So if what
they just waiting for both teams to say I do.
So if what I'm hearing is true,
yeah,
then boy, did the Red Sox just hit a home run.
Yeah.
And Ketel Marte's contract is not bad. I think it's like 5 at like 100 that's left. Not bad.
It's cheap for his
not a bad contract. Not bad. Ketel Marte to Boston is And the one thing that the Red Sox are seeking, which is why they ultimately do this, because everybody, the Blue Jays are still in, the Phillies are still in. I'm going to tell you why he's going to the Red Sox. You heard it here first.
Who?
Marte.
Oh, okay.
Marte is going to the Red Sox because Marte is... The Diamondbacks are looking for starting pitching. The Red Sox have young, controllable starting pitching. Something that the Blue Jays don't have and something that the Phillies don't have. So let's do the math. If you're telling me that there's a deal on the table, Ketel Marte is probably headed to Boston because Boston has what you want. Connolly early might be going to Arizona in this deal. The other brother, the big burly left-handed dude, what's his name?
We got TD and Sox.
He came up.
Let us know in the chat, y'all.
He came up this year. I think his name is Tola, something with a T. He's left-handed. He would go to Arizona too.
Yeah. TD knows what you're talking
about.
Yeah,
totally. So we have young pitching to be able to make this happen. Right. And Arizona's looking for some young pitching. Corbin Burns ain't going to be back till middle or probably end of 2026. AJ Puck, their closer's probably not going to be back till the middle or end of 2026. But boy, if you look at the staff that the Diamondbacks are building, if you pull that off either early or totally, that's a nice 1, 2, 3. And if you're Mike Hazen, you got to understand, right? One of those two people automatically put me in a rotation where Burns is healthy. I got, you know what I mean? Now we can start having conversations about I could lose Zach Gallen.
I don't understand why the D-backs, and I'm going back a full season, but, a lot of these things, obviously, it all comes to play together. But Corbin Burns, Arizona, why did that even actually become a thing? Especially if you were going to start this rebuild, clearly. Because this is a rebuild to me. Because Ketel Marte gone, right? Who's to say that within the next, 2 years, Corbin Carroll won't be gone? You get what I'm saying? The Diamondbacks got some really good players.
All right, real quick. There's 13. There's 13 of y'all in here. I need to see 13 likes on this video.
Like
Come
the
on.
video.
Follow us on the socials, all at the same thing. 27 ounce 3C. I even put that up on the screen for these good folks out here. Boy.
By the way, we're going to be here for a while tonight, folks. You know, like right now we're at the 50-minute mark, and we plan to be here for maybe another 45, maybe hour, depending on what happens.
And keep the chat coming too, man. Like, the thing about this is I hate looking at my phone because I feel like I'm being rude to y'all.
No. Right now, listen, the winter meetings is an exception. I think everybody, not just me being a co-host, but you guys watching, should understand as well. Like, and I said it at the top of the show. I know a lot of you guys came after the fact, but I said that I was looking forward to something breaking in real time, right? As we were already breaking down some of the things that we just so happened to already know about.
I'll tell you this, though. Like, the Kyle Schwarber signing to me is a bit interesting. I'll use the word interesting. I kind of felt it was predictable.
Yeah.
But why does this feel like the 2011 Phillies, 12 Phillies all over again with Ryan Howard, Chooch?
They're just holding on to everybody, right?
Cole Hamels. This feels like it's going to end nasty.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching a rerun of the same movie, and we all know how it ends. Everybody ends up getting older, dying. What are we doing?
They gave Schwarber was 5 years.
5 years, $150.
5 years, $150, and he'll be 33 by opening day.
That's nasty.
So you're paying him till he's
that is nasty,
almost 38.
bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Ooh.
Listen, I know chicks dig the long ball, but I don't know if they're gonna be digging Kyle Schwarber into his late 30s.
Wow. Okay, so the Orioles are in on the Edward Cabrera stuff from the Marlins, right? But I've always said I thought one of two things were going to happen. We're going to now, because we've been getting some Yankee questions too in here. The Yankees are going to trade for a starting pitcher by the time we leave Orlando. By the time they leave Orlando tomorrow.
So that's within the next 24 hours?
Probably.
When exactly? Just so we all know, because I don't know, right? Is it is there like a hard deadline?
The winter meetings are supposed to be from the 8th to the 11th.
No, I mean in terms of like actual time. Is it by like 8 p.m. or is it all day?
No, it's all day.
Okay, so we got all day.
TD. I mean, I need you to do me a favor. You cannot. You can't say that because you should be. You of all people should know Brian Cashman don't play games.
I've been hearing a lot of people say that though, even a lot of Yankee fans.
He's not good. He wants to, but he's not gonna reduce the payroll. Don't believe everything you hear or read or see. Michael K, like, take a poop with your pants on. Listen, Hal Steinbrenner is not gonna reduce payroll because he likes having 45,000 people in Yankee Stadium every day. So there goes that theory. So whoever decided to say that and put that in the public hemisphere needs to go away and take a poop with their pants on. Right? Whether they do anything of substance or not, that is not up to me. I'm just reporting what I know. What I know to be true is that they're looking for another starter via trade because they don't want to pay for one. And they're also looking for 2 right-handed bats. Right? Mm-hmm. I don't know where this goes. If it were me, I wouldn't do anything.
Damn, this guy.
If it were me, if it were Stefan, I would tell Carlos Rodon, yo, get healed up, put 4 teams on a piece of paper, tell me where you want to go. Stanton, same thing. Pick a West Coast team somewhere or just retire right now because we're not playing you next year. And not because I don't love Giancarlo Stanton and everything he's built, because your window's officially closed. Hal is not going to – it's not up to Hal, though. Hal also has shareholders he has to be beholden to. This is the other thing. Let me shed a myth right now. For all you people that think Hal Steinbrenner is the one that's making all the decisions, he's not. He has shareholders that he has to do business with. And if the shareholders say, yo, you ain't cutting payroll, guess what? You ain't cutting payroll. Would he like to reduce payroll? Yeah, but he's not going to. Because if he knows he reduces payroll, you're going to get more heat and more Spitfire than Cohen and Stearns are in Queens right now.
That's true. Yeah.
And you play in the Bronx. The Bronx is rowdy. People will get murked in the Bronx.
The Bronx is very spicy. Like you go like 2 blocks over from Yankee Stadium, you know, we talking, you don't know what could happen over there.
They all complain that they lost money. Why you think I've been yelling? Yo, owners need to open up their books. It's been a thing with owners for the last couple of years. Pirates signed Gregory Soto. They did something. Hooray. Hooray.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Well, the Pirates are like the guy that says, yo, I'm going to go on a date. Bro, you have no intention of meaning this girl, bro. You have no intention of giving her anything. The date, why you going to make her pay for the date when you don't even plan on giving her none of that good?
Mm-hmm.
That's almost like the Pirates are like, hey, Schwarber, we'll give you $1.20. When it really, in all actuality, it was really $1.10, $1.15.
The unfortunate part too, man. And again, I don't feel bad for the Pirates at all. I feel bad for Paul Skeens. Like, for a guy like him to be as great as he is, and for that organization to not be able to give him at least an ounce of hope, boy, man, you got to feel for Paul Skeens.
You got to. And this is why Paul Skeens, I love him, because he's saying all the right things, because he's a good guy, and he's, you know what I'm saying? But in the back of his mind, he's like, yo, Gregory Soto is what you're giving me, bro? Gregory Soto? For real, dog?
Yeah, I think we all know exactly how he feels, you know, especially being a superstar.
Yeah, nah, like Gregory Soto can't be the only thing that we do today, bro. Like, I know you were in on Schwarber, but nobody really thought you were getting Kyle Schwarber. And then the offer is insulting. When you see a team like the Baltimore Orioles say, yo, here's 5 at 150, match my energy. Come on, bro. Like, it's you either gonna get in bed and start doing the or don't get in bed, dog. It's fairly simple. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cole Riggins, see, I'll be shocked if Kansas City trades Cole Riggins. The thing that I would want to see the Royals do, and I like the Jarren Duran thing is interesting to me. That's the reason why if I'm the Red Sox, I don't even take the risk. I'm going to trade for a Cole Riggins who's often injured and never healthy. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't fit what I'm trying to do, right? Like, I could get it if he was going to be healthy, but he's never healthy. Like, Ivan, bro, think about this, dog. If Cole Riggins was available, anybody in their right mind would investigate it, right? But you turn around, he's dealt with, like, I think a shoulder the last few years, or he's dealt with some arm injuries last year.
Yeah, I remember this past season, he was dealing, like, I don't know for how long to be exact, but at one point he was, I would say, like a top 5 pitcher in the American League. Shrek remembers.
Yeah. Like, TD with the key word here. If is the biggest word of Cole Riggins' career so far. Because he can never stay healthy, which is why I think the Marlins are getting a lot of hits on Cabrera. They got a lot of hits on Brian Weathers. They're getting a lot of hits on all their pitching because they realize, like, their pitching produces at a high level.
Right.
They stay healthy. They give you innings. They do all the things you need to win at a high level, right? Where everybody else is kind of like, yo, but what if this guy stays healthy? And how it, you know what I mean? Health is very important,
especially when it comes to pitchers nowadays.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily believe Greg Breslow is going to do anything haphazardly, rather, because he was a pitcher. So he's probably going to look at the X-rays and go, all right, something about this don't look right. Let's get in here and let's look at him. Let's see what's under the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know If
So you don't know what?
hold on, I don't know. My bad. I got notifications popping up. I don't necessarily know if if I'm Craig Breslow, if that's the shot I want to take.
Mm-hmm.
Just because his injury history is so, he can't mention him numerous times because that's a tampering charge. You can't do that.
TD's always saying somebody's being mentioned, bro.
Right then and there, I love you, but I'm gonna call it out. You can't do that. He would be charged with a tampering charge.
Mm-hmm.
These organizations ain't trying to pay no tampering charges, especially when we talking about anywhere from $250,000 to $1 million.
I mean, some of them ain't even trying to pay their own damn players.
So you think I want to pay a charge to the league?
Right.
So while I hear you, I don't necessarily believe he would say that publicly. Publicly, that's bad, right? That's why when you saw David Stearns today, he didn't comment on Edwin Díaz publicly because he can't.
Yes, I did see what happened. He was being interviewed, I think shortly after, like it was reported he was going to the Dodgers, and he basically said straight up, like, I know what y'all, gonna ask me, but I'm not talking about
I
it.
can't answer that.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Phillies today. The Phillies knew they had Kyle Schwarber back, but they publicly couldn't talk about it because the contract wasn't officially signed.
Also, by the way, if you're Philly, listen, kumbaya, clap your hands for Philly fans. I know y'all wanted Kyle Schwarber back, but you absolutely have to do more. You got to do more. You can't bring Schwarber back, Real Muto, and sign whatever starter and say, oh, that's it. We're going to run it back like this, And I told you this, Steph, and I think Ranger Suarez is out. You told me the same thing. You think he's also out.
No, he's good. I think
so you got to look for a guy who could now replace that,
So Ranger Suarez is down to 3 teams. I think Baltimore. I think I'll throw them in just for argument's sake. I think the Tigers are in here somewhere. And the last team I'll throw in there is just because I've heard them a lot is the Cubs.
Right.
Although the Cubs love Imai, the Japanese pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of teams like him, right? Because I know the Yankees were also interested in him too, right? Or no?
They're interested in him, but they don't want to pay a fourth starter the kind of money where, you got 4 guys in your rotation making over $25 million. It's just not feasible. Doesn't make sense.
Not everybody can be the Dodgers.
Right? So Suarez's market is interesting. I think if Toronto didn't get Dylan Cease, I'd put Toronto up there too. But the fact that Toronto has Dylan Cease, they also signed the pitcher that was in Korea, Ponce. I think Corey Ponce is how you say his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He won the Cy Young or the MVP over there or something.
Yeah,
like that?
He went like 17-1 with a 1.89 last year. He won the MVP. He won the MVP.
Right.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
I'm not mad at the Blue Jays for giving him a shot, and I believe it was a 1-year deal, right? But for the most part, usually as a baseball fan, those things don't translate well, right? And actually, he already began his career over here. He just went over there, I guess, to perhaps maybe tweak a couple of things. It turned out to work for him again over there because the talent matters now, right? We're talking about over there versus here. Over here being the best of the best. But listen, at worst, if it doesn't pan out well, there's not a lot of money attached to him, right? And worst case scenario, you could just move on from the guy. And at the end of the day, you got Dylan Cease. I did hear Jose Barrios was pretty pissed off about not being a part of the rotation later in the year.
So my response to Jose Barrios is pitch better.
You think they're gonna trade him?
Yeah.
Because of that?
Probably.
Because I think when you look at the run that they went on, right? Jose Barrios not being a part of that, you go out there and get Dylan Cease. You sign this other guys you mentioned.
So
you may actually have a shot at moving on from Jose Barrios.
So hold on. TD, not to crap on your report, but I just heard this from somebody independently that is not JP Morosi. There are multiple second basemen being talked about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Lau's a name that I keep hearing come up in conversation. Bo Bichette's name, obviously in free agency, is a name that I'm hearing come up in conversation.
Right.
Ketel Marte, obviously, for obvious reasons, he's continued to be talked about. And the one that kind of surprised me that he hasn't gotten moved yet is Brendan Donovan in St. Louis.
Right.
So I understand Morosi's a little sketchy, but I'm hearing it from people that are independently involved in what's going on. And yeah, second baseman market is booming. The reliever market is booming. I expect all this to hit ahead either late tonight or early tomorrow morning.
Right.
So 27 ounces is going to be your place to be.
Thank you for clarifying here, Shrek. So it's not a 1 year deal. You got 3 years.
3 years at 10 million a year. Yeah. Bloom runs a hard. I mean, he can run a hard bargain all he wants to, but if you're rebuilding, why would you hold on to a player that can get you value?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like the idea that all of a sudden we're driving a hard bargain. You're the one that told the industry you wanted to rebuild. Now you want to turn around talking about, nah, but I'm going to drive a hard bargain. Nah, if it's a fair deal, make the deal. And again, this is going to go back to something that I've been saying, like behind the scenes, and me and you talked about it. If whoever gets Brendan Donovan, let's just say the Yankees end up with Brendan Donovan because they've been one of the teams. KC's also been involved with Donovan too, Shrek. So I just want everybody is well represented. If the Yankees get Donovan, Jazz Chisholm's getting traded. He just is, because there's no way Cashman's giving Jazz Chisholm any real money. He's just not. All right, so I think at some point you have to be responsible with what you really want. And if you listen to Brian Cashman, he's not the biggest Jazz Chisholm off the field antics, losing focus dude. Like that's not his bag. So side
By the
note,
way, Jazz, he been real lovey-dovey with his girl on social media, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. But listen, man, love and let love. Love and let love. Side note, Rick says Mets will sign free agents, just not much on the long-term side.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Fair, but that limits your pool tremendously because most people in this market are looking for long-term deals. So
yeah, listen, I don't want to be the guy who comes off as like a Mets hater or like I'm just trying to be negative. I'm just speaking on, how things have turned out this far. And if you just simply look at what the Mets have been doing up to right now, tonight's show, I wouldn't expect much, in terms of it being crazy and it suddenly putting them in a position to do anything that relates to 2026, I think just take it for what it is, man. Stop thinking, this guy's coming back. They're gonna go out here because they got the money, and just I would forget about all of that, at least for now.
So TD, I'm gonna disagree with you, but I'm gonna agree with this point first. Trek with the banger point. The Cubs, that would have been a nice get for them. Trek with the banger point.
I agree, but I just want to see what he does in year one being back, right? Because I'll be honest, I would like to revisit this Shrek if it actually works. And it's like, damn, the Cubs actually did miss out on a guy like that, especially being fairly cheap. But at the same time, we do know how quickly this could go left.
Nah, that's good money, man. That's 3 years, 30 in this modern industry. That's like you playing the brothers playing for free, damn near.
Right.
What I will say is I'm going to disagree with this point. I think that's why he hired Stearns. Because he don't want to spend no real money because I got this casino to run. I'm not trying to spend no real money when I got other businesses. The Mets are just one business, a part of my business portfolio. There are multiple businesses at play here, not just the Mets. Nah, I like that move a lot. I really do. I'm surprised more teams weren't in on him. I'm surprised the Tigers didn't push more for him. Speaking of the Tigers, I got to get to this point because me and you, like when I told you this, you were like, "Oh my god, holy crap!"
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what GM Scott Harris said about not having no untouchable players on his roster?
Mm-hmm.
He said this publicly, by the way, on MLB Network to the panel. He was like, "Oh, I don't believe in untouchable." Oh, you don't? So basically, what you're saying, if you're trying to trade for Terry Skubal, so what you're telling me is there's a chance. Because if you don't believe in untouchable, then I got something I want to show you. Then that means everything should be open and on the table, right?
Yeah.
If you put, because Ivan, he publicly said this, bro. It's not like something I'm reaching for. He went on the air and said, "I don't believe in the motto untouchable." Oh, you don't? What? Pause on that. What? Really? Huh? And you've been talking spicy. Oh, we really want to keep Tarek. Tarek is a part of our future. Tarek. And then you go out and say that?
Future is crazy. That's a short-lived future.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
Listen, even though the Tigers felt like they were going to shop him, then they were like no, and now all along, and we didn't really get that vibe throughout the postseason, right? Like as we were watching the Tigers, not once did I really hear anyone really sit there and break down like, yo, this could be a different Tigers team going into 2026. This could be the last time you see Tariq Skubal wearing a Tigers uniform. You didn't hear much of that. And then suddenly the offseason becomes what we have to live through until next season. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, now we just might have to. Just do the damn thing and that's it. Get it over with, bro. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you, Detroit, and I'm sorry, I don't recall us ever having a Tigers fan, being in the chat. But if any of you guys come across this point in the video,
because that's crazy.
Listen, just y'all should be begging for the Tigers to just move on at this point. Because they're not gonna want to pay him.
Is Skubal joining the Dodgers? I mean, who knows? Who knows? See, because if I'm Tariq Skubal, now I got the pick of the litter, right? I think the Red Sox are in play. I think the Mets will be in play. I think because I'm him.
The Mets, man. Oh, you mean for the trade or if he's a free agent?
No, if he's a free agent.
For free? You think they spend the money? That's my issue with the Mets. I think the Mets may have a better shot via trade, for real.
See, the thing is, but the reason why I think the Mets shouldn't spend the money, but I think they're stupidly going to try to,
right,
is because then what's the whole purpose of you doing all this stuff then? Right? Like, you can't talk off both sides of your face. Like, you can't be like, oh, we want to rebuild, and then throw $400 million at somebody. That just doesn't make sense. What does Razor say all the time? Don't do something because you can. Don't do something just because you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that just doesn't make sense, right? Like, it's like, I don't think the Mets should be in on Skubal. If you ask me what my honest opinion is, I think Tariq Skubal should be the last person you're in on if this is the way you're going about it. Listen, the only name that the New York Mets should even investigate going for is Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens.
Because Paul Skeens to me is the only pitcher that's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, because even Skubal, how old's Tariq Skubal? 28, 29?
Let's see. 29.
Do you really want to pay somebody that's 29 years old?
Until he's what? Maybe like 36?
Yeah.
Probably 37?
Tough.
That might be what he's looking for.
That's tough exclusively because I don't necessarily know, one, if paying Skubal at 29 makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna pay anybody, pay Skeens. because Skeens is younger. Skeens to me probably has more upside. The only positive that I can say is that, but I can't even say that because Paul Skeens just won his first Cy Young and is probably going to win 7 more by the time we get to this point.
Yeah, man. I think he's going to win a lot.
I would say the only thing that I would say right now is the idea that, maybe Tariq Schwarber wins another Cy Young. That's 3 Cy Youngs, and then you figure out what was happening, blah, blah, blah.
I wouldn't even want Paul Skeens to go to the Mets anyway because I just don't think they would know what to do with him, right?
If you don't trade him, then you're a disaster. Because he's not staying with you. He's leaving for you. He's leaving you the first chance he gets.
TD, come on. You know better. Skeens is going to be traded eventually, bro. Obviously not right now. We're not saying, this offseason.
This I don't believe. This I'm not buying.
Wait, what's that about?
Schwarber deals essentially put in place. Places agree to the framework is done. What's holding it up now? Oh, there's no way Scott Boras lets him sign an extension with his free agency around the corner. No way.
But what's the deal though? What are we talking about?
Not buying that. Tigers won't agree to the green light without the ownership sign off. Dodgers won't ship out the kind of. That's whoever's reporting that needs their credentials snatched because that's not real.
Speaking of credentials being snatched, Bob Nightingale, how do you have a job still? And everybody on social media comes for this guy. I mean, listen, we cover the game, right? And you've told me before, Stephen, I think you might have said it publicly here on the show too. He's just not a guy that, people should go to when it comes to news. And how is it that a guy like him, year after year, I mean, he still has a job, bro. And he is so wrong sometimes. Like, I mean, not even close. Shout out to Passing for actually checking him and really giving us the real info,
Okay.
If you just let people like that run, boy, do they run.
So I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna put this down. This part you might want to be careful clipping up this part because I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings. When you tell Jarrett Carabas that he can't go to the winter meetings, when you don't credential Dallas Braden, when you don't credential baseball people to be at your premier event of the offseason, but you credential Bob Nightingale, baseball, you got some explaining to do to me. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect because nobody is, and I'm not saying that I don't get things wrong because everybody does. But you need to do me a favor. If we're gonna sit here and block that brother from coming to the winter meetings, by the way, and notice I'm not yelling, but I'm trying to say. Carabas is on your network. He's on MLB Network almost every week, twice a week, and you can't. I mean, you don't let him in the building. That's bad. Because what does it say for the rest of us content creators who really love doing this, who really love covering the game, and you let this dude get in here?
Right.
And you get these dudes reporting erroneous things all day. But me and you who work our tails off to bring the best news, to be as honest and transparent as we possibly can, we got to fight, scratch, tooth, claw, and fight tooth and nail to get credentials. But you're credentialed this 40-year-old. I mean, this guy who's been in the game 40 years, who's almost 70 years old, who has no business doing this anymore. But I got to fight, scratch, and claw to get credentialed?
How old is he? He's 55 years old.
He might as well be 70.
Yeah, for real. The way, he just be off. He just might be.
Listen, there has to be a way where you know what? Then maybe we're in the wrong line of business because, okay.
See, but why why would they do that? To go back to what you just said a few seconds ago, Stefan. So you would not allow him to go to the winter meetings, but you have him on your television platform? I don't get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm confused.
And
If you're against the guy, then genuinely be against the guy. But don't half-ass it where, yeah, we want you to talk on our platforms, but you can't show up physically. Like,
well, that doesn't make sense, right?
Right.
And he says, "Oh, he does it because he has late expletives, lace Yankee rants, and all that." Listen, but 3 times a year, don't you get a F this team from me? Don't you get a F that owner from me? Don't you get a F that executive from me? Me, I don't care. You know me. I call anybody out. I don't give a shit. It don't matter to me. Fuck y'all.
Oh, you know what, Stefan? It's important we bring this up. We know about this, right? But we gotta let the chat know. Chat, for those of you guys who were here. By the way, thank you guys for it's almost 11 p.m. I didn't even know that.
You know what I mean?
So for those of you who were here with us last week, we had tried to put out a clip on Instagram. TikTok was okay, YouTube was okay. Shout out to them. We tried to put out a clip breaking down MLB's deal with ESPN, NBC, Netflix. For those of you who know about it, so I tried to put that out. Could you guys believe Instagram like just said no, not once but twice, and they never do that to us, folks. So listen, chat. I don't know what that means, but that was pretty unfair if you ask me. I just had to say that because I know we're talking about like saying certain things, and maybe the game doesn't like it. We've seen one thing so far.
How come you can let people in your building that spit erroneous garbage all day from their rear end, and you take a video down because you don't like something we said? Yeah, but we're not doing things right? But all we try to do is give the fans the best part of ourselves. But you sitting here and letting stupid ass Morosi in there, Nightingale in there, and the biggest plant, which is John Heyman. But let's let John Heyman in there. I don't care if you block me, John. Fuck you. I don't like you either. And it's not because I don't like them or I'm better than them. It's not because of that. It's because you make my job harder when you report things that are wrong, and then you tell me, "Oh, but you're just a little nobody reporter, though. You're just a little nobody platform, though." For the people that are watching, can we ask you guys a question? You guys are all family, right? Can you name on one hand, right? How many things have we gotten wrong since you guys have been here? You could point them out. I got time. Since you guys have all been here, have we ever led you wrong, super duper wrong? Mm-hmm. And if we have, what's the first thing that I've come out and said? Yo, I apologize, my bad. I got that wrong. Why don't they ever do that?
Yeah, that was something that I did want to get into as well. Like, I certainly don't know. Maybe somebody knows, but for as often as a guy like Bob Nightingale has been wrong, and at this point it's yearly, clearly, maybe more than once sometimes throughout the year, who knows? But has he ever said, as you mentioned, Stefan, hey, sorry, or, I should have done, more work behind the scenes? Because I kind of feel like that should be the follow-up after you make such a mistake.
Which is my point, TD. Listen, we all get it wrong. You're 1,000% right, but nobody stands up and says, yo.
Not at that rate, though.
Right.
Not at that rate. That's the problem, TD. You're right. I agree. We all do. Yes, all of us make them.
Mistakes, 1,000%.
But you can't make
crazy.
That many. That's a little too frequent. That's all we're saying.
No, people get stuff wrong. It's part of the game. I'm cool, right? Like, he went from being, he gave you the dollar amount. This is the thing that I don't understand. You went from, yo, he's definitely signing a 3-year deal for over $22 million to now you're hopeful. And here's the funny part. You want to know what's crazy? He did this while that man was on his wedding. He was getting married in Mexico.
Zach Gallen?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
He reported this news while this man was really about to get married.
That's crazy.
So you got this man going somewhere we had no, and he didn't even know he was going there.
I'm surprised Zach Gallen didn't get that decision out of the way before the wedding, right?
Know what I mean? And it's like, yo, you at some point, yo, dog, these people are human beings.
Mm-hmm.
You reporting stuff erroneous is bad because these people have families. This is the way they feed their family. So when you report something that's factually incorrect,
Mm-hmm.
you know what happens?
Their
What
phone's
happens
being
is
blown up.
not only that, your phone gets blown up, but what happens to people like me and you, bro? Yo, but what he meant to say was,
No, but we can't do that, bro. We can't do that. Remember, because they'll take it down. We can't. You see, we're overstepping, bro. You know, we gotta be careful.
my bad, bro. I didn't mean to overstep, dog. Like,
Oh
it's
man, that's
cool.
funny.
And it's like at that point, you gotta be willing to understand one thing, right? Like, you gotta know when you report something, you got people listening. That stuff travels.
Yeah.
People listen, it's part of the game. People get stuff wrong. I'm cool, bro. Like, I'm fine with that. It happens. I'm gonna get something wrong during this residency period. I know I am, but I'm gonna be the first one that comes up here and says, yo, my bad, got it wrong. It's cool.
There's no reason why people could actually sit here with an actual list, like a list that they hand wrote themselves on some like, yo, let me present you with the amount of times you've been wrong.
Yeah, bro.
That's
with like
crazy.
a laundry list of stuff.
That's crazy.
And it's like, why is it taking a laundry list for you to admit, yo, I got this wrong, my bad?
Wait, hold on, Shrek. Is this true? Did he do something like that, bro? Yeah, I'm about to do some quick research.
Oh,
nah, Shrek, yo, tell me you're trolling, bro, please.
Nah, he reported something a couple years ago, bro. He said something to the effect of like, I think the Yankees are the leader in the clubhouse for Bryce Harper. 2 days later, Bryce Harper was a Philly. It's like, yo, bro, like, huh? So, all right, I'll give you passing, right? I'm not mad at it. I'll give you passing, but there are things where, like, so Passon will get it because he's a national reporter. But Passon didn't have Edwin Díaz and Pete Alonso weren't coming back 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had that.
By the way, shout out to Passon. We met him at the stadium before, right? Was it 2024 we met him?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, what's up, Jeff? And he turns around. I was like, yo, what's up, brother?
Yeah, he wasn't in the the suit and tie that he's usually wearing in front of a camera, but you can't miss that face even in street clothes,
Shit, with 2 phones on him.
Yeah.
With 2 phones on him, right? Like, listen, it's okay. It's okay to admit that we're all not perfect. I try to be as good as I can be. Ivan, you try to be as good as you can be. And reporting is not an easy job. Hence the bag under my eyes because I don't sleep very much.
Mm-hmm. One more day, bro. One more day.
This phone goes with me wherever I go. Ivan, you know that's true because I don't. You know what? You want to hear something crazy? You want to see something crazy, rather?
Don't tell me you're going to pull out 2 more phones.
Both these phones go with me wherever I go.
You're crazy, bro.
I don't think I got time to play around, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
TD said pimping ain't easy. I know. TD, yo, we got to ask you, what's that second phone for? One is for the sources. What's the other one for?
Be careful. Be careful now.
Yo, that's funny.
Somebody might be watching this. I ain't trying to get in trouble, y'all.
Nah, shout out to your girl, though. She is a supporter of the show. Shout out to her. I'm just kidding.
Babe, I love you, babe. I ain't do it. They did it to me. They set me up out here.
All right, so we are now at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark. The last thing, because I kind of feel like at this point we sort of
we about to wrap up. We done, yeah.
Yeah. So classic, guys. WBC. A lot of names are now starting to come out. USA, we found out Gunnar Henderson is now playing for them. Who else was it that committed to USA earlier today? I think Mark DeRosa, he actually made an announcement, right? Was it at the winter meetings?
Several announcements. Several.
Yeah. I forget the other guys. Help me out, guys. We got Gunnar Henderson. Who else?
Gunnar Henderson, Kyle Schwarber,
Kyle Schwarber, right?
Will Smith.
Okay, yeah.
Byron Buxton.
Really? They don't have a first baseman yet. I saw like this like setup for the position players.
Yeah.
They don't have a first baseman.
And there was one more. Damn it. Who's that last one? Oh, Bryce Terang.
Yes, from Milwaukee.
Bryce Terang.
Right.
Max Fried declined. That's actually on the 27-ounce page. You could go look at that right now.
So it's looking like no Mike Trout, maybe no Bryce Harper. I know you were big on maybe Bryce Harper participating, but
I mean, I get it, but I understand that if Bryce doesn't want to do it, he's also had injury history the last couple years too. Alex Bregman also said no.
Right.
That Dominican team's looking crazy. Johan Camargo, friggin'
Junior Caminero.
Junior Caminero,
yeah.
Friggin' Bryce, Manny Machado already said he's playing.
Fernando. What's the shortstop from Arizona? Geraldo Perdomo, right?
Perdomo say he's playing.
He said yes. Ellie De La Cruz, I saw. He said he wants to play. Listen, that's one thing I like about the Dominicans. And I was saying this to my boy earlier today as we were talking about some of the names while they came out. DR has a good problem. Countries like DR, Japan, you have a good problem because 9 out of 10 of these guys, maybe not even 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, everybody wants to play if they're from these countries,
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's insane.
Ohtani. Like there might be guys for some of these teams who are just sitting on the bench because what they already have on the field is as good as it gets. Isn't that crazy?
Yo, their backup team in DR could smoke people's regular teams out here.
For real. Yeah.
Yo, son.
Sandy, actually, Alcantara, he committed to. He said
Sandy committed. Sandy's another name that might get traded. By the way, keep an eye on the Marlins over the next hour and a half. So we're going to go off air, right? Like we're done for the night. But if something crazy happens, what we're going to do is we're going to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. My ultimate idea is that we'll be back tomorrow anyway, because I think we're going to get some more craziness by the time this thing wraps up. And I want to just touch on something real quick. So the White Sox won the draft lottery tonight, right? And I'm asking myself, I'm like, yo, all right. So thank you, man. Thank you. Listen, Armand. So you say you got screenshots for us. So what I'm gonna do is,
he got to us. Where was it, on Twitter, right?
Yeah, he said he got some screenshots for us. So do me a favor. When the show ends, I want you to stay. Don't leave, because I want to ask you something about your schedule and just ask you some questions really quickly. So
yeah.
Stay behind a couple extra minutes. But Shrek, stop, man. Stop. I mean, TD, stop, bro. Stop. You're gonna get me in trouble out here, dog.
Shrek, by the way, I do have DR in Japan in the
final.
Game.
Yeah, yo, dog.
This year. Well, not this year, but you know what I mean. In the next WBC.
Although Team USA is looking spooky though.
Yeah, but I think DR, they come in guns blazing. Bro.
The problem with Team USA is they're not going to get the pitching needed to go the whole way.
Exactly. That's a great point,
Hold on. He said apple on the ground.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, we'll stay in touch. Is like the long way of saying, yo, it's nice knowing you, but I'm out of here, dog.
Listen, TD, you got to be careful, man, because you're not wrong, right? But at the same time, listen, these brothers get the right dudes playing for DR, might be a wrap. I'm just saying.
And you talking to a fellow countryman in the Dominican Republic. Don't talk spicy about my bands like that. Know what I mean?
I mean, at the same time, though, I will be honest. I'm hoping for the best when it comes to USA, DR, and PR.
So you
Like,
get 3 winners. You can't lose.
no fear before, bro. Any one of those countries wins, even though PR
That's
is part of the US.
crazy,
But you
bro.
guys know what I mean. Any one of those teams come out on top, I'm happy at the end of the day. So my chances are, pretty high.
It's a win-win-win for you. Hell yeah. Listen, man, this was fun. I had a great time. You know what I mean? And thank you guys for staying with us. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We sorry we were away for so long, but you know what I mean, wasn't nothing really happening, so we didn't want to bore y'all with a nothing burger of an episode.
Well, the thing is, we are expecting, as you said, Stefan, right, to be back tomorrow. And who knows? If we got to be here third time, I don't care. I mean, like I told you guys at the top of tonight's show, I've been waiting since Sunday night, damn near, right? So I've been on edge for 3 nights. We finally got to it tonight. But at the same time, once the dust finally settles, there's going to be, moments where you don't hear from us, for a week, unfortunately. Listen, but hold tight, folks. We still got a lot of deals, whether it be signings or trades that have to happen. So
the dust better settle soon because I want to go to sleep. You laugh. I'm tired.
Wow, look at this. I never thought about this. USA and PR team should be one team. What, bro? That's illegal.
I mean, Puerto Rico is a Commonwealth of the United States. If you want to get technical, he's on to something.
I know, yeah, because that's why I had said a few seconds ago. I was like, y'all know PR is a part of USA, but they're their own thing in the tournament.
Armand, we got a question for you, bro. We got a question for you. By the time we come back here tomorrow, would the Mets have made a signing? I want to ask it because we crushed Armand dreams the whole night, so I want to give him a chance to put some positivity on this.
They just might have to, though, right? Like you gotta give the fan base something to look forward to. He says no.
Met fans about to jump off the Verrazano, dog. Damn, B.
You know what it is, bro? I think he started watching the show. He hears, some of the things that you say. And you might have gotten rid of Armand's hope, bro. You might have.
I poisoned you, damn. My bad, bro. You seem like a good dude.
So you didn't crush my dream.
Oh, my bad. You know what I mean? I don't like to do that to family, but speaking of family, we love y'all, man. We love y'all, and we will see y'all relatively soon, probably tomorrow night. Everything all considered, but we love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. And y'all have a wonderful evening. Peace. Let me get in the stream. Yep.